United States is the University of Massachusetts Amherst, and Nathan is one of the team members. There's actually only 4 of you in this team, one of our smaller teams, and also one of our rookie teams this year. So, Nathan, what got you interested in being a part of this challenge?
Well, we've been interested in rocketry for a while. Most of us have experimented with it a little bit over the years, and Max found the competition about a year ago, and we were all friends, and we all decided to take on the challenge.
And successfully, I hope. How do you feel you did?
We did well. We did our flight. We had a small issue with the main parachute not opening, but aside from that, everything worked as expected, and it was really, really nice flight.
It came down softly, I guess, so no cracks or anything in your body here. So tell us a little bit about your rocket.
So we got a 4-inch airframe. It's phenolic tubing. It weighs 22 pounds, 9.5 feet long. We're using a K520 motor, which produces about 115 pounds of thrust at liftoff. We have 3 parachutes, drogue parachute at apogee, a sample parachute to descend the sample container, and a main parachute for the main body of the rocket. Our main parachute's 84 inches in diameter. So it's a pretty considerable parachute.
So actually, well, let me ask you. So you actually discovered. How did you discover this competition?
Well, I was looking. We're all honor students, part of the Commonwealth Honors College at Umass, and part of that is you have to do a capstone project your senior year. And so I was looking for something to do, and been interested in space and NASA for a while, and was kind of just interested in academic college level projects that NASA does, and found this, and then said, hey, I bet if we sat down and really put a lot of time in, we could do it. And so contacted these guys, and we did it.
So let me ask you, define a lot of time.
Well, with only 4 of us, we still have to do everything that a team of 20 would have to do. And so a lot of work was, coming in when people had already gone home for Christmas break, coming in early on the other end of Christmas break, and completing the documentation, going out on weekends. Everything had to be done by the 4 people you see here, and so it was, every I we had to dot and every T we had to cross.
And on top of all that, it was one of the snowiest seasons on record in the Northeast.
Yeah, so snowiest winter on record in the Northeast. Significant challenges with trying to test our rocket. We were coming up to the deadline. I think it was March 16th, and we had to have a full-scale test. And it had just snowed a couple days before that. So we get to a lot of the launch fields were closed for the season. So it was a challenge just finding a place to launch our rocket so we could come down here in Alabama and actually launch. So we found one in Amesbury with our local chapter, CMAS. And when we got there, there was 3 feet of snow on the field that we had to, and about a half mile that we had to trek all of our equipment out and set up the high power launch pad. And so it was when we got out there, we were pretty wet. Our boots were full of water. We took pictures of us. We were dumping water out of our boots right before we slid it on the launch rail. So it was really interesting. We got the flight off. It was a really nice flight, but it was fun trying to get through the snow. It was good.
So this must be a bit of a change of pace for you then, to be out in weather like this.
Oh yeah, for sure. We love it. 80 degrees here. It's probably still around 35, 40 back in Massachusetts. So this is definitely a great change of pace for sure.
All right, let me ask you. So what are some of the things that you learned during this whole project that you think you're going to be able to take forward?
Well, I actually worked on the robo part of it, the AGSC. So I learned about a lot about code and code structure, and just a lot of stuff about potentiometers, and a lot of stuff I've never learned before, because I'm a mechanical engineer, so I've never really learned a lot of code stuff. So
that was a new challenge for you as well. It's a lot of the other teams here, so at least you were on an even playing field as far as that was concerned.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, well, guys, I guess you're happy with your flight and everything went well. Well, congratulations on making the trip down here, guys. Are all of you seniors, or?
Yep.
Oh, so well, hopefully you can find some juniors or sophomores to pass this experience down too.
Yeah, that's the plan. We're trying to set up the first time we're doing rocketry, first time UMass, the College of Engineering, have had a program like this. So we're trying to set up a sustainable thing for future years to come back to this launch. So we had a really great time, and we wanted to make sure that we can make that possible for future years. So
fantastic. And Nathan, before we go, is there anybody back home, any mentors or moms and dads or sponsors that you want to thank?
Yeah, we'd like to thank our mentor Howard, all of our parents and family who have came out and helped us us with launches and along the way. Our professors, of course, the College of Engineering, Commonwealth Honors College at Umass, our friends who have helped us out along the way. Oh yeah, and the student makerspace at UMass, which has provided us the accessibility to a lot of tools and other resources that have been extremely helpful in our project, and we couldn't have done it without them.
Well, it takes a lot of people to work on a project like this, and guys, thanks again for making the trip. This is the University of Massachusetts in Amherst. This is their rocket team and their 9-foot successful launch.
We are talking with Karina Lepic. She is a mission